19 tips from experts to boost confidence. The pursuit of self-confidence is considered a prerequisite for success in life today. Most people being more confident is a good way to lead a fuller, happier life. Unfortunately, there are many who are deprived of it and think that it's something innate. We may not have a good dose of self-confidence from birth. However, this is not entirely true and quite the opposite. Self-confidence is something that we can acquire and develop, such as anybody can be more confident. And good news is that this self-confidence can be built up in a short to medium term and continue to develop over the long term. And there's no age to say goodbye to the complexities and prejudice towards oneself. Are you one of those people who often lack self-confidence? Do you need motivation to move forward in your belief and abilities? Self-confidence can be learned, so try to follow these steps as often as possible and you see the result. 19 tips for building self-confidence. Number 1, before we get started though, hit that like button, sub button, bell button, and let us know in the comments below what you think makes you a confident person. Let's get back into it. Number 1, take risks. Even if you might screw up, there's no success without taking some risks. You will see that the reward will only be tastier. Knowing to take risks and overcome them boosts self-confidence. 2, be proud of yourself. Proud of your life choices, your work, and your abilities. There's no shame in realizing your own potential. Often mistaken for pretension, recognizing your own potential is essentially moving towards your goals. To make it even more concrete, why not make a list of your strengths and weaknesses? Think about how to put forth your qualities, whether at work or in a private life. 3, don't compare yourself to others but to your own self. Indeed, we too often tend to compare ourselves to others. We look at other people have what they do have in their lives and how they grow professionally, and unfortunately very often we come to this conclusion that others then are better than us. Paul has a bigger, nicer car than mine, or something else is newer. Sophie and Mark go on vacation much more often than we do. Stephanie is much more better dressed than me. She has more class. Eric is doing much better than I am in his professional life. Pierre succeeds in everything he does. He has a lot of career choices. Suddenly, we evaluate ourselves even more negatively than if we do not make the comparison against others. These comparisons are in fact linked to a certain form of jealousy or at least an envy of those around us. We would like to appear happier, more competent, better than others, but that is not always possible. Everyone has some skill in some areas, but maybe less comfortable in other areas. If we accept the simple fact, then we have to admit to each of us that we have strength qualities in others that do not. This is quite simply why our lives are different, but not necessarily better compared to each other. Well, it all depends on the area. So let's stop comparing ourselves to others and try to go out of our own way to do our best. And for that, there is nothing better to compare ourselves, above all to do ourselves. To be more confident, there is nothing better than analyzing the progress we have made on our own. Let's look how much we've improved our personality, developed our potentials, and made progress in this or that area. To be more confident, this is the most important thing to look at. This often allows us to see that despite everything we're moving forward, it also allows us to see that we want to do even more to improve ourselves. So obviously this only works if you've already been in a personal development process for some time. But if not, then try to assess your current level. See what you like to improve on in yourself. Do the work that is needed. And then while it's time, take stock. At that time, you'll be able to assess the progress you made and congratulate yourself to be more confident. Compare yourself, and that's it. Number 4, highlight your achievements. Once you've got that list, focus on the positive. Your qualities, your victories, and your completed projects will boost you. Focus on what you can do best while improving your flaws. No one is perfect, but don't be too hard on yourself. 5, allow yourself the right to make mistakes. No one is foolproof, and you have every right to fail or make mistakes. Once you do realize this, you'll be a lot less harsh on yourself. It often takes time to adapt, practice, and a lot of perseverance to get there. Why not realize this and be more indulgent with you? Set yourself possible goals that you can achieve. What can be more demotivating than being faced with a goal too far high and too totally impossible to achieve in a lot of time? Setting goals on a human scale will only strengthen your confidence. 7, don't take everything to heart. You're not in the center of the universe. Try as much as possible not to see the evil in the actions of others, such a person in an unpleasant behavior or attitude towards you. Consider that it was nothing to do with you. Consider that you have nothing to reproach yourself with, and the reasons why this person acts like this is up to them. Realize that some of the actions around you may have not been committed maliciously. Some even may have had this type of unpleasant behavior without realizing. Particularly concerned to that day, they did not even notice you, lost in their thoughts, did not greet you, did not hold this against them. You often now need to know the magnitude of the problems of other people face. So try never to focus on their attitude. Adopt a positive attitude and consider that the majority of people around you have no bad intentions towards you. They're simply focused on themselves and what is on their mind. Once you realize this, you can relax and stop wondering what fault you made that caused this person to have this attitude towards you. You haven't done anything wrong. It wasn't your fault, so learn or be more confident. 8. Do not shy away from the looks. As soon as somebody looks at you frankly, do you lower your eyes and turn your head away? Stop avoiding the gaze of others. Communication is not just about talking. The look and facial expressions, both yours and other people, are important. Of course, don't go overboard and stare at each other all the time. 9. Turn your fear into positive energy. Do you experience almost panic fear in new situations? Spend all of your energy and thoughts trying to cover up your nervousness, instead trying to transform it into positive actions. Smile, talk, and reach out to others. 10. Create contact. Of course, starting a conversation with a stranger, even your next door neighbor, can seem overwhelming, but tell yourself that everybody is nervous when they have to approach somebody else. Precisely, force yourself to create contact instead of continually thinking to avoid it. This should reassure you and help you find the ways that best build relationships. Number 11, do not intimidate. Of course, sometimes it can be useful to somebody who's always sure of themselves as a role model. However, the intimidation, it just has limits. Self-confidence manifests itself differently depending on individual personalities and styles. So you cannot copy your attitude onto others. Find your own style of expression. 12, I'm the best. Use the cooler method. Repeat to yourself, I can do it, or I am the best. Practicing positive thinking costs nothing and can pay off, because sometimes all it takes is a little push to get through to the winning side. 13, take the plunge. Take the plunge. Do not hesitate to discover new environments and to make new experiences. Little by little, you'll be able to adapt new contexts in no time. 14, dare to ask for help. Success is a team effort most often. Dare to seek advice and help when you feel the need. Friends, family, colleagues, or even co-working spaces, forums, and Facebook groups, the choice is yours. It's not a failure to ask for help. On the contrary, you'll need others at some point to stay the course. 15, refocus on the essentials. Self-confidence often comes from the simple pleasures of life, taking stock of everything that appealed to you today. A lunch with friends, a smile on the street, a good deed, volunteering just for a good movie or a cinema from your sofa, asking yourself what little things make you happy and savor them. 16, self-confidence and appearance. I will not hide it from you. Having self-confidence also involves our physical appearance. Treat yourself to a shopping session. A pretty blouse that shows off appeals to you. A haircut, a massage, a sports lesson. Anything is good to feel about yourself. Self-acceptance plays a huge role in your self-esteem. How can you trust yourself if you don't love yourself? 17, congratulate yourself. Stop relying on the approval of others to wait for the congratulations. You're never better served than by yourself. Recognize your victories and give yourself a reward. Are you proud of this completed project? Recognize this and indulge yourself. 18, turn your fears into positive energy. Are you facing goals that scare you? Have you been keen to taking the plunge for years but are constantly kicking things up? Turn your fears into positive energy. Fight with your fears and stress to boost your motivation, and tell yourself you're afraid, you have to go for it. Remember, the victory will only be better. 19, play sports. Choose a sports club near you. Above all, register in your category beginning and try to face the people at your level. You'll see the victories you'll win inevitably reassure you about your ability, especially since in such a short time you yourself would be surprised at the progress you're making. With correct and regular practice, you will be able to reinforce the self-esteem, the self-confidence as to feel good about yourself on a daily basis. Having self-confidence can sometimes go a long way and require support. This wraps up today's video. I hope it helped enrich your knowledge. Let me know your favorite tip in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, and if you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day. Take care of your pockets and loved ones, and I will see you in the next one.